Hi everyone, it's Anne here, Kerry's mum, and I'm up here for a few days and she's asked me to do this YouTube video on the fantasy cords. I've got a few here to show you. This one I'm holding on my hand was done on a piece of green Lurex thread, wool, like you buy from the wool shop, knit with it. And I've got some other colours on top of it, which I'm going to show you how to do that. You can make them as thick or as thin as you like and use any colours you like, and as you can see that you can create a totally individual magical cord which you can couch down or use in your work wherever you like. Okay, well I've got several here which I'll just place on Kerry's hand, but we'll get on and show you how to do it. I'll just bring the machine forward. I hope you can see this. Just briefly, what I've got here is I've got two threads going through the machine and I only have one thing to sit it on, so I've just got one sitting behind, and the reason I've got two is to give me a thicker texture and to give me the variation of colour. And I've just draped it carefully over the machine. You treat the two threads as one for your threading up of your machine, and you thread them both threads through the eye of the needle together. In the bobbin I've got some sparkly thread which I find is easier to put on the bobbin because my own machine at home doesn't like stitching metallic threads. It does it for a few minutes and then it gets all hot and melts the thread or shards the thread. So I usually put my metallic on the bobbin. Now what I've got to start off with as my base is a piece of Lurex, it's a knitted yarn which you can get from any wool store or haberdashers type supplies. Okay, I've also got on here what's called a beading foot, and it's a little foot that's got a tunnel. I don't know if you can see that tunnel through the middle, which allows you, when you're doing your cords, to be able to go backwards and forwards, and it also keeps the cord in the centre of the needle because we're going to use a zigzag stitch. So set your machine to its widest zigzag, and we're just going to go quite slowly. Right, so you can probably see that I've got I'm holding the threads and the yarn at the back, and I'm holding the yarn at the front, and we're set on zigzag. So we'll just take off. And you'll notice that you can go backwards and forwards, which means you can make the cords as thick or as thin as you like. The more times you pass over it, the more you incorporate and the thicker your cord becomes. I won't do very much because you can go on doing miles and miles and miles of it, but I just want to show you how it's done. First of all on the yarn, and then we'll move to something else. So I'll just stop there, lift the foot, take that out, and hopefully you can see the different colours in the cord. Is that focused, Kerry?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Sorry guys, I'll just try and zoom out a bit more. That's better.
Okay. I find it quite relaxing when I'm doing it. It's almost like a meditation. You can go for miles and miles and make yards and yards of cord and have them in your sewing stash for when you need it another day. I make a lot at once. Okay, that's how you do the on the yarn. You could, of course, use any yarn. You could use a plain black or you could use a variegated. The possibilities are endless. Whichever yarn you choose and whichever threads you thread in your machine, you will always end up with a different result. And I quite like the fact that it varies in thickness and it gives it sort of more texture and an individuality, that it's not straight and smooth. Okay, I'm going to move on and show you how to do the same thing using a strip of organza, and we're also going to do it on wire, but that will be in the following videos. See you soon.